Capricorn, welcome to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. This is going to be your mid-October reading, Capricorn. And in this reading, I'm going to take a look at your recent past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify all the cards, the main challenge for you, and get some final advice. Dear Capricorn, Henry, Michael, and Arman, thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate your beautiful presence. Thank you for all your kind words. As you know, I'm son of a Capricorn and son of a Taurus, so let's get into this. I'm a Leo, quadruple Leo, with the North Node in Scorpio. Now, Capricorn, these are general readings, so they may resonate with you and they may not. And you're going to be the very first sign that I'm using this brand new deck. So, okay, so your challenge, Capricorn, for mid-October is the new moon, and I will explain about this in a second. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So the new moon, apparently there is 3 extra cards in this deck that I decided to leave. It's the new moon, the full moon, and the wanderer. Okay, so the new moon here is talking about new set of emotions. It's a fresh start. It's a brand new beginning here. Okay, the new moon here also, really allows us to look within ourselves to find the light for our path. So you might be wondering, how do I start? How do I have a brand new beginning? Where do I start with this person in this specific situation? So something new is coming towards your way, a new opportunity, new beginning. It could be anything, right? The full moon is always about, we just had a full moon in Aries. It's about these emotions and feelings where things kind of maybe a little bit overwhelming, but it's also, it's an expanded emotional time. But when the moon starts waning down, then, it starts to cool down a little bit and we have this new rejuvenation. So there is a brand new opportunity that can come into your way with a specific person that may change the reality. So we're going to talk about this shortly. In the recent past, you have the Chariot, the Ace of Cups, and the King of Wands, okay? And the King of Cups. So in the recent past, I do see here that there was a connection between you and someone else, a brand new beginning, moving towards a specific way, specific direction. I do see here, a lot of love, okay? A lot of love, because the Ace of Cups here talks about a brand new beginning that embarked between you and someone else, and it was moving towards a specific direction. We're going to talk about this shortly when we clarify. Now, in the present moment, dear Capricorn, you have the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, and the Lovers. So in the present moment, you seem to be really in a very nostalgic mood, missing someone here, okay? 8 of Swords here talks about, and the Lovers especially, that there is a lot of uncertainty, there is a lot of hurt, there is a lot of pain that you are processing right now in the present moment. We're going to talk about this shortly when we clarify. In the near future, you have the 9 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the 10 of Swords. So in the near future, there is an opportunity to build something, okay? 9 of Pentacles here is about growth, expansion here, investment also. You have the Knight of Wands and the 10 of Swords. So this talks about some sort of a painful cycle is coming to an end for you in the month of October, something that you have been really wanting to finally release and have a brand new beginning with this specific person. And we are also in the 10th month, October, which is the culmination. And this talks about letting go, especially we are in this energy of the 10-10. Now, the 7 of Pentacles is here at the bottom of the deck. This talks about you asking yourself the question, is this something that I really would want to invest my time and my energy into, right? So you have the Judgment here, Scorpio energy, the 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Stars stands for 7 of Pentacles. So it's you really just contemplating in the present moment which direction you want to move forward to, okay? So let's get into your reading and clarify all the cards for you. I'm going to clarify your challenge, Capricorn, which is the new moon. So your challenge is clarified by the Eight of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords, and you have the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So a lot of you are at the edge, at the brink of walking away from something here. Apparently, as I was saying, right, the new moon here that it happened for you, it's a very rare card. Nobody gets this. You know, it's like once in every blue moon, you know what I mean? So for you, you're at the cusp of making an important decision, right? And you're trying to really trust your intuition when it comes to which direction you want to move forward to. It's just that you're really trying to see the reality of this situation. Eight of Swords, by the way, here, I know those are two very different decks. Very luxurious and expensive deck, by the way, that I'm using here. So the Eight of Swords here is equivalent to the original deck, which you can see on the side. It talks about, you know, you wanting to see the truth, right? The new moon, especially when under the full moon, it's easy to see in front of you, right? Because it's a full moon, it illuminates its light. But when it's a full moon, when it's a new moon, excuse me, you got to trust your intuition. You got to trust which direction you really want to move towards. So that's your challenge when it comes to this person, because many times, I feel like many of you might have said, you know, I'm just done with this situation. I'm just getting this person off of my mind. But you just kind of circle around and come back and have these, you know, deep, nostalgic, emotional feelings and moments about this person, okay? So a lot of you could be dealing with another earth sign, could be another Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I'm seeing here Gemini, possibly a Leo, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, okay? So we will talk about this shortly, but your challenge here is, how am I going to have a brand new beginning? And if it happens, which direction should I move forward to, right? Because you're really trying to trust your intuition and see which direction is the best way to move forward to. And in order to do that, you have the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You might need to walk away from something or someone or certain connections or certain belief. So let's talk about the recent past. As I saw in the recent past for you, Capricorn, the Chariot here indicates a brand new beginning. A beginning that started off with a lot of love. Okay, the Chariot here is about a sense of direction, sense of purpose. So the Chariot is clarified by the Hermit, Virgo energy, Page of Swords, and the High Priestess, Virgo energy again. So there was a very strong spiritual connection. Queen of Cups talks about this emotional connection and this emotional stability that was present in this relationship. I do see here a deep spiritual awakening. Okay, that might happen back then. This might be happening for you. But I do see here a strong spiritual connection with the High Priestess and the Hermit. And this is something that you started to realize over time. Okay, the connection and the bond with this person was definitely felt on a different level, on a much different level that many of you started going into a spiritual journey, spiritual retreat. Something must have happened in the past, but the Ace of Moons, which is actually correlated to, it's equivalent to the Ace of Cups, is talking about a love offer here, a brand new beginning. The Ace of Cups is clarified by the Ace of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Five of Swords. It was not easy. Okay, even though you and this person, you know, were together, I'm seeing here quite, you know, differences, arguments, conflicts. You see there is a lot of people in the Five of Wands energy. So this talks about that maybe Capricorn, you realize that, you know, there were other individuals that were involved in this situation with this person. Could have been certain beliefs, could have been certain people around you that influenced this connection to experience some sort of a conflict. And maybe you have been asking yourself this question and being honest. Who did you allow to speak into your life? And the same thing goes for your person. What were those influences that affected this relationship? Because the love offer with the Ace of Wands was there, but I'm also seeing here Five of Swords, Five of Wands. Those two specifically are the conflict cards, right? There is a lot that happened. Drama, conflict, misunderstanding, chaos that made you and this person to walk away from each other. I'm getting here also, you know, an unequal give and take, which actually was very disappointing for many of you. So let's talk about the King of Cups. In the recent past, the King of Cups is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Judgment. So for many of you, you were kind of like, you know, really in this situation where this person might have been hot and cold with you, on and off. There was a lot of thinking going on, back and forth and back and forth. I'm also getting here a lot of emotional roller coaster moments. Now, in the recent past, Capricorn, you and this person had to make a decision. Someone here had to make a decision with the Judgment, Queen of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. Whether it was worthwhile investing in this relationship or not. Queen of Cups is talking about emotions, talks about feelings, and when you look at this combination, it becomes very obvious about the fact that you started really with the judgment, realizing, is this something that I should continue investing emotionally or not? Because maybe there was already a lack of emotional support and connection with this individual in the past. So let's talk about the present moment here with the Eight of Swords, Capricorn. There is something that you're wanting to see and to realize. You need to see the full picture. That's what I'm strongly getting here. You're really trying to see the entirety of the puzzle pieces, for you to be able to make a decision. So Capricorn, the Eight of Swords in the present moment is clarified by the Three of Wands, the Lovers, and the Hierophant. Taurus energy. So very obvious. This is talking about you really wanting to see if this is a connection that you would want to focus on, if this is a connection that you would want, really want to commit to. Maybe you are going to say yes right now, many of you, but the reality of the situation here is there is some things that need to change, okay? There is a lot of healing that's taking place, and there is still some to go. And I'm not the one that's going to be sugarcoating here or trying to shuffle some cards and feed you some delusions. We don't do that on this channel. That's why there is a lot of success stories. There is a lot of predictions that are coming true on my channel, because it's one thing for a tarot reader to say certain things and they kind of resonate and they click, but it's a completely different story when a tarot reader says something and it actually becomes a reality, right? In this case, on this channel. So in the present moment, you're really trying to see if there is any further vision and a goal, right? You're wanting to see if this is worthwhile committing or not. You are in separation with this person currently, and there is a waiting energy here, constantly waiting and waiting and waiting. And Nine of Cups here is, I think that a lot of you are really trying to, fulfill your own happiness, what's best for you. And that's what's going to bring you and this person together. Because the Nine of Cups here talks about a self-fulfilling prophecy. And this is about you realizing that you want to do what's best for your own happiness. Even though you're waiting, you're still trying to find happiness on day-to-day things. The Nine of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. You're becoming more clear when it comes to your unhappiness, okay? Some of you are also detaching from certain situations. You're detaching from drama. You're removing yourself from situations, places, and things that are causing a lot of noise, a lot of stress. I do get this energy here. There is a lot of chatter around you in regards to this person and to this situation, or your person might be having chatter around them about you. And that's causing a lot of stress. But I think that right now you are becoming very clear that, with the Ace of Swords and the Lovers, that this is someone that you truly would want to be with. So let's clarify the Lovers for you. So the Lovers, Capricorn, is clarified by the Fool, the Tower, and the Justice. Here is the thing. Something here needs to extremely change, and I think that's what's happening in the month of October, specifically for many of you. In order for you and this person to have a brand new beginning, which is the Fool here in Tarot is the first card in Major Arcana, and it means a brand new beginning, fresh start, and entering into the unknown. The Tower here indicates a major shift and a sudden shift and a change that needs to happen in order for things to bring into balance. There is a concept in reality transurfing by Vadim Zealand. It's called it's about manifestation and quantum physics. It's a very thick book, and there is a thing called balancing forces, right? So there's got to be balance. We cannot always be high, we cannot always be low. What goes up comes down, what goes down comes up. So there is this balance that's being created right now, and this has to do a lot with your emotions and with your feelings of how you personally feel towards this person. Because you don't seem to be hating on this person, vice versa, and you don't seem to be obsessed by this person. There is a balance that's being created within your emotions, knowing that you're good with or without this person, and that's what's gonna make this manifestation come true with the Lovers. Okay, and it's gonna allow you to have a brand new beginning. The Tower here is a download. You're receiving certain downloads and certain realizations. Because you see there is the lightning that's actually hitting on top of the tower, and this actually is an indication of having this sudden epiphany and understanding of what this person's role is in your life. And many of you are very spiritual. Many of you are very much tapped into the supernatural. So you're very much connected to the source, and you're getting all these downloads about the role of this person in your life. Like, why did you meet this person? Why did they come into your life, right? So the Nine of Pentacles in the near future is clarified by the Star, the Empress, and the Moon. Okay, so you see your challenge was the new moon, right? But also this is about you over the next few weeks, especially, until the next new moon, you realizing what is this person's role into your life. And, you might be really having this wish and will, whatever you've been wanting to manifest, it may come into fruition. The Star here talks about healing, wish, prayer, something that you've been really wanting to happen for a long time. And the Moon and the Empress, you do have a little bit of anxiety and doubts and fears, but I think when you encounter this connection, this person coming towards you, because the Knight of Wands is someone that's coming towards you. Okay, when you see this person heading towards you, you'll notice based on the energy of itself already. Okay, what is this person's intentions and where could this go possibly? Knight of Wands here in this deck, it shows a feather, but some of you also are going to see a feather, which is going to be a confirmation for you as well. Okay, so let's see, how is this person coming towards you? Because the Knight of Wands is someone that's headed towards a direction. It's a fire energy. It's clarified by the King of Wands, Three of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. So this is the juxtaposition, the definition, and the combination of what this person's intentions is for you. And you be the judge and you tell me if the cards lie or not, okay? The Three of Swords is showing that there is a heartbreak and a separation that has happened between you and this person. Three of Pentacles is about collaboration, cooperation, and building this relationship. And King of Wands is this person is coming with the King of Wands energy, right? King of Wands. There is different categories in tarot, different suits, right? Pentacles, earth signs, wands, fire signs, cups, water signs, and the swords, air signs. So this is someone that's coming with a lot of passion, with a lot of determination to actually mend things and to really reconcile and to build something with you. Okay, so let's talk about the Ten of Swords, and this is gonna bring you and this person to the initial position. The Queen of Wands just jumped out. Initial position of healing something, mending something, and moving forward. So the Ten of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. Again, anytime you see a Six of Cups showing up here, it indicates someone coming back from the past, a past person. That's what it means. Nostalgia, someone maybe that brings some sort of a gift to you, or they send you a gift, or you send them a gift, right? And the Queen of Pentacles is you. Queen of Pentacles, it's a Capricorn energy. Queen of Wands, it's a fire energy. This also could be a same-sex situation. If it applies to your, if it applies to your situation, then it is your story. If it's not the same sex, if you're opposite sex, then again, take whatever resonates, right? So this is about a connection here between the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, which talks about stability, and both of you are gonna meet and come across to make this Ten of Swords energy come to an end. Something here needs to end. Something here needs to come to an end, to a culmination that's been delayed, okay? Let's get the advice and see what is it that you need to know, dear Capricorn. Okay, so Capricorn, you have the Ace of Swords, the Tower, and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so your biggest piece of advice here, Capricorn, is the following. When you realize that with the Tower, which you already have twice, when something here ends, there is an opportunity to also rebuild it back again. But that rebuilding process has to be based on the truth. The truth here is the Ace of Swords, because the Ace of Swords is about being very clear. It brings mental clarity. It brings, this stability and this sense of purpose. Where is this going? Why are we here? What are we doing here, right? So the biggest piece of advice for you here is to believe that there is a possibility to build this on something, on very foundational, because that's what the Ace of Pentacles here talks about, Capricorn energy, and not allow the past towers or the past situations to hinder you from actually moving forward and building something with this person. Because remember, your challenge here is the new moon. it's not always easy to see under the new moon. When you go into a forest, when you go out into the nature, right, there's a big difference when you go out when there is full moon and the new moon. The new moon here is you actually holding the truth, what's best for you personally, and allowing it to shed light in front of you in order for you to be able to see what's in front of you and how you actually want to proceed forward with this individual in this relationship. So dear Capricorn, this is what I had for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you so much. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for your kindness and your presence. I hope that this helped, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.